All right, decoders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, it's going to be a quick part 2 follow-up video of my last live stream that I did on the movie produced by the Obamas called Leave the World Behind. And if you guys haven't seen that, if you guys don't even know about that, check out my last video. This movie is about a blackout and eventually an attack on the United States and an apocalyptic war breaking out after a blackout. So if you guys haven't seen that, if you haven't seen the movie, you haven't seen the last video I made, please go back and watch that. In this video, part 2, we're going to cover a few things that I caught that I didn't share in the last video, and I've not seen anyone else share this, so I figured let's put this obvious connection out, okay? So let's go over to my thread before we get into the meat of this. And this is a thread that I posted on Twitter. And I'm going to go over the base number for this whole movie. This is going to be a short decode, and then we're going to get into the newer information that I haven't yet shared. So let's jump into it. So Barack and Michelle Obama are the producers of this apocalyptic blackout film, Leave the World Behind. And the film features a deer on the front. And in fact, in the movie, you're going to see lots of deer appearing. Okay. And the number that they encode throughout the movie is the number 192 using gematria and also using a Roman emperor who was assassinated. So I'm going to show you guys that real fast. So Leave the World Behind in basic simple gematria, as you guys can see here, equals 192. And Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, so the Obamas, are the ones who produced this film with their company Higher Ground Productions. And Leave the World Behind equaling 192, like Obama, who produced it, equals 192 in Sumerian gematria. Now, what's interesting is, in Sumerian gematria, Obama equals 192 and deer equals 192 in the same cipher. And the reason this is important is because, again, the deer is on the very front of the cover, and in fact, they appear often throughout the film. So again, 3 instances where the 192 is encoded just from the cover, okay, and just from the Obama connection. Now, as I talked about in my last video, the movie stars Julia Roberts, who once dated Friends star Matthew Perry, who just died on her birthday this year, October 28th. So her ex-boyfriend dies on her birthday 3 days after the initial release of Leave the World Behind, which she stars in. And in that movie, Julia Roberts' daughter in the movie, whose name is Rose, is obsessed with watching Friends. As you can see here, guys, I have a picture of Rose watching Friends in the very beginning of the movie. And in fact, throughout the whole movie, Rose is trying to watch the final episode of Friends and finish the series. And because of the blackout, she isn't able to finish it until the very end of the movie. But at any rate, she's watching Friends. And in the movie, her mother is Julia Roberts. And Julia Roberts dated the star of Friends who just died, Matthew Perry. And again, Matthew Perry dies on Julia Roberts' birthday. And yeah, so what are the chances of that? And, again, they put Friends right in the movie. And again, this movie was produced and made right even before Matthew Perry died. So you guys know that this is absolutely not a coincidence. Moving on. In Friends, Matthew Perry plays a character named Chandler Bing. Well, Bing is his last name in Friends, and Bing equals 192, like Obama, which is Barack's last name. So both their last names, Obama and Bing, both equal 92. And in fact, there was an article where Matthew Perry said he had a man crush on Barack Obama, and a picture of Barack Obama and Matthew Perry together. And Matthew Perry has a man crush on Obama, and Matthew Perry plays Chandler Bing in Friends, and Obama and Bing both have the 192, which again ties back to Leave the World Behind, which equals 192. And here's the article. The actor who gained sitcom stardom as Chandler Bing on show Friends died on October 28th, which again is Julia Roberts' birthday. And so, yeah, I mean, Bing equals Obama and equals the name of the movie, Leave the World Behind. In the series, Chandler Bing, the character in Friends, is born on April 8th, 1968. Okay, so not Matthew Perry, but Chandler Bing, the character in the movie, has a birthday that they give us, and he's born on April 8th, 1968. What's interesting about April 8th, guys, is it's the backwards date of Obama's birthday. Obama was born on August 4th. That means they essentially share the same date because April 8th is 4/8 and Obama's birthday is 8/4 or 8/4. So 8/4 and 4/8, if you write them internationally, is essentially the same date, guys. And just for a quick reference, there is 8 months and 4 days. Let me bring this up real fast just so you guys can see how scripted it is with Obama and with Matthew Perry's character in Friends. If you go from Obama's birthday on August 4th to Chandler Bing's birthday, Matthew Perry's character in Friends, birthday on 4/8, you're going to see that in between those 2 days is automatically going to be 8 months and 4 days because there's 12 months in a year. So 8 and 4 is 12, right? So there's going to be 8 months and 4 days between Chandler Bing's birthday, Matthew Perry's character, and between Obama's birthday. So again, these two essentially are coded with the same number over and over. And in Jewish gematria, Obama equals 84. Okay. So just absolutely undeniable. Okay. Now, what's important about this coming year's date? So this would be Matthew Perry's character, Chandler Bing. That would be his 56th birthday because he was born in the show. Chandler Bing was born on April 8th, 1968. That means that next year on 2024, which is the eclipse, remember the big eclipse, the great American eclipse that I've been talking about, this will be the 56th birthday of Chandler Bing, okay? And if we go back to my thread here, I pointed out that considering that Chandler Bing's birthday falls on the great American eclipse next year, April 8th, eclipse equals 192. Okay, so eclipse equals Bing, 192 equals Obama equals leave the world behind. And again, Chandler Bing's birthday next year, his 56th, is on the eclipse, which matches his name. So again, absolutely undeniable that they're pointing us to next year and the eclipse time. So anyways, let's move on. Now, this is a big one, guys. Just before the ending of the movie, Julia Roberts' daughter, Rose, who's obsessed with Friends, discovers a bunker prepared for the end of the world. And by the door, as she's getting ready to enter, they show the bunker name being Commodus. Now, Commodus was a Roman emperor who was assassinated on the very last day of the year 192. So again, this whole thread has been about the number 192. And the very end of the movie, the girl enters a bunker named after the Roman emperor who was assassinated on the last day of the year 192. And again, I've talked about the 192s, this whole decode. So what are the chances of that? This is the number they encoded throughout the movie because of Obama equaling 192 and because he's the one who produced it. And just so you guys understand how next year is super connected to this, remember I already told you the eclipse is on Chandler Bing's birthday next year. Well, Commodus equals 103 and 31, like Obama equals 103 and 31, and like Dragon equals 103 and 31. Next year is the Chinese year of the dragon. So Commodus equals Dragon equals Obama. Next year, the year of the dragon, a direct match with Commodus, which again is the bunker that the girl goes into at the very end of the movie. Now, the movie ends with Rose finally seeing the last episode of Friends because when she enters the bunker has a whole wardrobe or a whole case of movies And of course, she finds what she's looking for. She finds the 10th season of Friends, and she watches the last one, which is the last episode of the series. And of course, she's very happy to be writing out the end of the world watching her favorite show. Does that not remind you of the general population writing out the end of the world by being entertained with their favorite entertainment, right? And so the movie ends with the song, the Friends song, "I'll Be There for You." That's the intro for Friends. It plays at the very end of this movie. And so you can see her smiling face as she's seeing this, right? So that's the quick decode and rundown of the basic information. Now let's move on to the next big piece of information connecting this movie to Barack Obama. So, as I told you, at the end of the movie, Rose is getting ready to enter the bunker. And in the house where the bunker is, as she's walking down the steps to the bunker, she walks by this picture on the wall. And the picture on the wall says, "Hope begins in the dark." And it has a chair and it has a candle lit, like a candlelight, right? And it says, "Hope begins in the dark." And this is such a joke, guys. Why is that a joke? Because Obama is very associated with the word hope because he ran on hope. And in fact, here is a poster. This is the Barack Obama Hope poster. It's an image of the Barack Obama designed by American artist Shepard Fairey. The image was widely described as iconic and came to represent Obama's 2008 presidential campaign. And as you can see, the word hope is right below. And in the movie, the Obama-produced movie, she walks behind a sign at the very end of the movie that says, "Hope begins in the dark." And the phrase "hope begins in the dark" just happens to be a direct match to the full name of Barack Hussein Obama, who ran on hope. Okay? And the reason this is important is the artist that did this hope poster was Shepard Fairey. So let's take a look at this Barack Obama hope poster that was drawn by Shepard Fairey. And this poster was very inspired by John F. Kennedy's. Notice how they're looking the same, guys. The same kind of pose. Now, why is John F. Kennedy and Obama very connected? Well, first of all, I already told you that in the movie, the very end, it's Commodus. The bunker's name is Commodus that she enters. And Commodus was a Roman Empire that was assassinated, okay? And right before she enters this Commodus bunker, she walks by the poster that says "Hope begins in the dark," which connected to Obama's Hope poster, which is based off of JFK, who was assassinated, right? And JFK is doing the same pose. Now, what's also crazy about these two presidents is if you go from the year that that John F. Kennedy was born to the day that Barack Obama was born, it's 44 years. And in gematria, the word hope equals 44. Now, Obama was the 44th president, and there's 44 years between the birth of JFK and Barack Obama. And Barack Obama's hope poster is based off of the image of JFK. And again, Barack Obama was number 44, and hope equals 44. So do you see the mockery, guys, of how this is all put together, right? And the big thing here is that Shepard Fairey, the guy who did the hope poster, he has a clothing line called Obey Clothing. Obey Clothing, which has the first two letters of Obama, right? OB, like Obama, but his clothing name is called Obey Clothing, and it was founded in 2001, and it was based off the film John Carpenter's They Live. Now, if you guys don't know that film, I'm not going to talk about that here, but yeah, I want you guys to see, obviously, that They Live is also connected to this. So basically, Hope poster is by the Obey artist Frank Shepard Fairey, and Shepard Fairey just happens to do the Hope poster And what's interesting is he's born on February 15th, which just happens to be one day before the main character of this movie, Mayor Hashala Ali, whose real name is Mayor Hashala Hashbaz Gilmore. And so this is the guy who stars in this movie as the main character who comes to the door, the black character, right? Which I believe represents Obama. So yeah, he's born on February 16th, which is 216, okay? And what's interesting about that is that Obama was born on the 216th day of the year. Now, 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. John F. Kennedy was born on the day leaving 216 days. So they were born on the opposite days of the calendar. And the main character in this movie was born on February 16th, which is 216, which again connects to Obama's day, the day of the year he was born, 216. Okay. And the reason this Meher Shala Hashbaz is important is because he got his name. He was named after the prophet in Isaiah, Meir Shahala Hashbaz, which is the second child of the prophet Isaiah. And in Isaiah chapter 8, verse 3, it says, "And when I went unto the prophetess, and she conceived and bare a son, then said the Lord to me, call his name Meir Hashala Hashbaz." And again, this is the name of the main character in this movie. He was given this name, right? And what's interesting is the very next chapter is Isaiah 8:4. And when was Obama born? So call his name Meir Hashala Hashbaz. And the next chapter is Obama's birthday, essentially, Isaiah 8:4. And Obama was born on 8/4. This is telling us this is connected to this name. Now, I got to do more research on this, but I just wanted to point this out right now. If I find anything more, I will be putting out more information. So very interesting that this guy who stars in the movie is connected to Isaiah 8:3, which leads into 8:4, which is, of course, Obama's birthday, August 4th. So anyways, going back to the movie, one last thing I want to share is in the movie, they clearly put this Obey clothing. Remember, I said the guy who drew the Obama Hope poster is Shepard Fairey, and his clothing is called Obey clothing. And in the movie, the son of Julia Roberts is wearing the Obey clothing. Do you see it, guys? So again, Obey is connected to Shepard Fairey, who did the Obama poster. And Shepard Fairey, he was the one. There's so much more to this guy, right? He did the Hope poster, but I'm not going to get into that here. I just wanted to point out the clear symbolism that they even put the Obey clothing shirt in the movie, which connects to the Hope poster. And the big one here, guys, is what I initially said was the sign as the girl is entering into the bunker says, "Hope begins in the dark." And that connects to the darkness as in the blackout. And Obama ran on hope. So there's going to be hope in the dark, right? Is Obama going to be that hope in the dark? We shall see. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching as always. And if you guys would like to support the channel, I will leave a link in the comments of this thing for supporting the channel. Please hit the like button. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you guys in the next video. God bless you all.